Good evening and welcome to this week's London's Burning. Round to 17, about now. This is our story about a group of vampires and kindred society reeling from the exodus and loss of London. Tonight, we are joined by the caitiff Armand, portrayed by Nitro Typat. Please do a rouse check to awaken from your torpor slumber.
I did. I'm just waiting for it. I even pressed it early.
One day.
Yeah, we should go ahead and all press it.
Yes.
I'm going to press mine again just in case.
Oh, now there's going to be two.
Yeah, I'll just take the first one.
We are also joined by Xavier Long, portrayed by our very own Tina. Please do a rouse check to awaken from your torpor state. At some point, it will appear on screen.
Oh, thank God.
Armand, you're fine. Isaac, from the Hakata family of Clan Cappadocian, portrayed by our very own Noscavian. Thank you very much. You're getting hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Xavier is fine. The Camarilla Banu Hakim Blood Scholar, the sensational Cedra, portrayed by Ms. Hartz. Please do a rouse check to awaken from your torpor state. And while we're waiting...
I did a while ago.
Yep. And last but by no means least... Where's your little blurb? The Camarilla Tremere, the Blood Sorcerer Dr. Walter Bowier, portrayed by Triangularity. Please do a rouse check to awaken from yours. And you're hungry as well. It's picking on you tonight, isn't it, Cedra?
It is. And I cannot slid in between. Oh.
While we wait and see what happens with Cedra's roll, because who knows? It could have disappeared into the ether. We will open tonight, carrying on immediately from where we closed last week. The Coterie have split up, and some of them have taken the torpid body of Nomar into their domain haven. Meanwhile, Armand and the Doctor are travelling to Armand's house with his traumatized wife. Armand and the Doctor arrive at his house and go inside.
I would probably take them. I wouldn't take them to the rooms or anything. I would take them to the living room. Probably lay them both out on the furniture comfortably before getting to the bottom of whatever we're doing.
Kara, destined to be a stripper, is sat on the sofa as well, eating her Burger Emperor.
That's right. Yeah.
Your wife is probably going to come to you very soon, so
okay.
You should decide a course of action.
Yep. That's what I've been doing for the last week. Yeah, if she isn't already starting to wake up, I'll probably go over and kind of rub her on the shoulder to try and wake her up a little bit.
She'll come round.
Is she immediately freaked? I'm still hood down, no mask on, so I'm.
You still got the mask on.
No mask on.
Okay.
No mask.
Okay. Apparently you're very, very loud, but
apparently.
I have tried turning you down in Discord, but let's try that.
But have you tried turning the volume down?
Yeah, after she wakes up, how is she acting?
Get into the
I mean,
mindset
other
of a
than
woman. Oh God. She's groggy, pissed
Mhm.
off. And relieved, but mostly pissed
I can
off.
imagine. I can imagine. Um,
You've got time to
she's
do
still
all
on the
this, but
couch.
you never put the shelves up around the house.
Yeah. I kind of squat down next to the whatever she's laying on, couch, sofa, whatever. Um, I don't really sit in a chair or anything. I just try and get down to eye level with her. Um, are you okay?
That's all you've got to say for yourself? Am I okay?
That's what I'm most concerned with at the moment. Yes.
Fine.
Oh God. Did he hurt you any? Or are you physically hurt?
Not really, but Kara bashed herself and she's got a horrible cut on her arm.
Carl, you said you were fine. Come here. And I kind of
I'm
go
not
over
doing
and
two at
inspect her.
once. Sex tape.
That's fine. She's got food in her mouth. She can't talk. I taught her better than that.
Just sat there like a cow. Harm, 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 harm.
Mm-hmm. What exactly did he do? Did he did he
Well,
torture? Or
I'm blaming you for this because I go and get your car, which, by the way, we've paid the fine off while you were away. I dropped it off out at the front, and then you just picked me up off the street whilst I was bringing the car back, whilst I was walking out of the car after bringing it back after you parked it there and left it for about a week and a half. Next thing I
to
know,
be
I
fair,
wake up in this bloody cage with Kara next to me, and he's cackling insanely, saying, "Oh, I'm going to be your husband," and all this sort of thing. Do you know how fucking freaky that is? I don't know what the fuck's going on.
no, that is pretty freaky. To be fair, I was gone because of a completely unrelated but similar incident.
How often do these incidents happen? What the hell is going on?
I don't know how to quite explain that to you because I don't think you'd quite understand.
Are you talking down to me now? Are you assuming I won't understand?
No, it's just there's a lot
God, I'm
going
having
on.
fucking flashbacks.
Was that in character or out of character?
Yes.
Look, I brought a friend with me. He's a doctor. He can make sure you guys are okay.
A doctor, I need
I
a
just
bloody
wanted-
drink.
I mean, I assume I'd probably have like alcohol case somewhere in the house.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never touch it because I can't, but I would probably go over and maybe pour a glass of something.
May I suggest booze?
Really? Yeah, no, I'd pour a glass of whatever I remember her usual is and hand it to her.
No, I need something stronger than wine. Get me the brandy.
Well, all right. And I'll
And put it in a brandy
Sip the
bubble,
wine
not a
glass.
tumbler.
What?
Miss Hart's just sat there going, "This is
I do
accurate.
that.
This is right."
Mm-hmm. But and as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of sitting there talking over my shoulder at her. But you are physically okay, correct? You didn't hurt you or anything.
Well, Not really. No, I mean, it was very rough.
Well,
But
he won't
didn't
be
injure me
bothering
on
you
purpose,
anymore.
at least.
The proper precautions have been taken with him, and he won't be a problem anymore.
He better bloody not be. I mean, what is going on?
Let's just say that I pissed off the wrong people.
Are these people from your work?
Yeah,
What the hell do you do?
I'm hired muscle. I do whatever needs to be done.
Hired muscle. What do you think this is? London in the 60s? Do you work for the
have
Grey
no
Twins
idea.
or something?
Don't even know who that is.
It's not the Cray Twins. Ronnie and Reggie Cray. No. Oh, you're such a sperm.
I also don't live in London.
So do you work for the Grey Twins or something?
No, I don't work for whoever that is. We're the same age. How do you know what that is and I don't?
We're not the same age at all. I'm nearly middle of my life.
That was in character.
Oh, I'm nearly middle of my life. I read. That's all I've got to do these nights when you're not bloody here anymore. Do you know how long it's been since you even touched me?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
While they are quarreling, I'll pick up the
Please save
first
me,
aid
doctor.
kit and help the kid.
And who is this guy touching? Doctor? How do we know? I mean, what qualifications does he have? I've never seen him at any of the local surgeries. Where does he work? What kind of doctor?
I'll pull out kind of my card. I'm a heart surgeon.
Oh, God, now Kara has a heart problem?
No, he's a friend that I knew would be able to help in this situation. So I
Help
called him.
how? What's he going to do? Open heart surgery to get us out of the fucking cage?
And I find out
Hold on.
bandages and sterilizing alcohol. Do I need to kind of sew the wound?
No, it's not that kind of thing. She would have noticed that. This is more one of those cuts that children get.
Kind of. I tried to find out the perfect band-aid with the correct animal tune character on it.
Turtle.
Shaven knows me so well.
I put
While he's doing that,
I wish my husband was as
other
caring
than
as you, Doctor.
I'm just trying to figure out what exactly was happening, so that way I can stop it if it ever comes to that again.
You're trying to figure out... I choked on my brandy. You're trying to figure out what's happening? How do you think I feel? Been taken from our homes in the middle of the night, held in a cage. Weeks we waited for you, or at least what seemed like weeks.
I'm not good at situations like this.
I kind of
I
enjoy
never-
watching he kind of squeal, kind of having issues with his wife, while I kind of start talking to the kid.
I feel like this is therapy for me.
And I kind of just tried to get out if she saw something that she shouldn't.
Well, I'm trying to do too, but every time I turn around and try and ask my wife something, she yells at me.
Welcome to married life.
Mm-hmm. It's not very appropriate to be like, you left us in that cage for 2 weeks. It's like, well, did he say anything weird to you? Like, I know you're upset, but this is important.
I mean, who are you talking to now?
Pro tip? Pro
I'm
tip?
not talking, it is out of character.
Tell her you're sorry.
True.
Oh yeah, he hasn't said that, has he?
I haven't, no.
Just saying, she's not married. Don't take her advice.
I'm actually waiting to see what the doctor, let the doctor finish what he was doing before I continue on my thing.
What was the kid's name again?
Kara.
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 Mhm.
Yeah. So, Kara,
Oh, God.
well, are you alright? Did you see something scary?
There was a guy with a mask.
I saw him too.
What did
Anything
he want?
else? I think he was playing a joke.
How did the other guy jump from so far below? How did he rip off the door for the cage?
No, that was actually a movie prop. So they had some invisible lines, so you couldn't kind of, which you couldn't see at distance.
Manipulation,
the door was
subterfuge, difficulty 2, please.
And the door was made of paper. Yeah, shit.
Paper mache.
Language barrier. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, definitely manipulation and subterfuge, difficulty 2, please.
All right.
That thing you were trapped in for 2 weeks, it was made of paper mache. You could have gotten out whenever you wanted.
Good thing Armand didn't try and say that.
Oh no, the last thing I need to do right now is lie. I'm just trying not to say the whole truth.
While we wait on kind of so
Plus, I really
kind of
suck at lying.
yeah. I have rolled.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
There you go.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
okay.
Yep.
Well, that makes sense.
Because what we was at, he was playing a joke, because he's a bit weird, that guy in mask. So he had
Which one?
kind of a movie set, the weird one.
Okay. Am I going to be in a movie?
Well, maybe, but it was a joke, so I'm not sure.
Can I go to bed now?
Yes, please. Good night.
She skips out. completely oblivious to basically everything that's been going on. I can't wait to tell my friends at school.
Hi, I'm Nomad. You've been punked.
Now, Miss, I'll get a
Miss, it's Mrs. Whatever Armand's real name is.
Mrs. I am sorry for missing that. Mrs. Are you okay? Do you need anything from me?
Are you taking the fucking piss? Am I okay? I've been kidnapped, held against my will. I mean, I suppose that's what being kidnapped is. Held against my will, in a cage, and total strangers leapt up, and you're saying it's from a movie with a papier-mâché door? I know that's not true, but at least you lied to my child.
It was a joke, so
It was a joke? A joke? Jokes are funny.
I squat down and try and get an eye level again. Don't fully mind him. He's not a people person.
Well, he is a doctor,
I think
so,
he was just
yeah.
I think he was just trying to make Kara feel better.
Well, I appreciate him doing that at least.
Look, Izzy, I'm sorry that this happened to you.
Oh, now the apology comes.
The last thing I wanted for something like this to happen. And the one time that I wasn't able to be at home, it happened.
Well, where the bloody hell were you?
Like I said, I was in a very unrelated yet similar situation.
And is this going to happen often? Yeah. Is this what you're going to be doing now? Do I have to fear for my life and my child's life every night now?
No.
He got caught up in overtime at work, so I'm sorry.
What kind of... You work as hired muscle and they give overtime?
Kind of?
What do you mean, kind of? You're not putting my mind at ease at all here.
I know, and I don't really know how to do that.
And what kind of job is it that you have as hired muscle where you have to disappear for weeks on end?
I wasn't supposed to disappear on weeks on end. I just happened to because I also got kidnapped.
Well, how can you say that it's not going to happen again in the future if you don't know when these things happen? How do I know that I'm going to be safe? How do I know that Kara's going to be safe? Oh my God, I get into these characters way too much.
You're doing a really good job.
Experience.
You're doing such a good job that I feel uncomfortable.
Well, this kind of bodyguard job he's been doing right now has been some issues where he has to be there because of the safety situation. So I am sorry for his lack of presence at home.
And how do you fit into this, Dr. Bowier, if that is your real name?
Well, I am also been caught up in this little thing because I've been helping out those who, well, I'm not the hired muscle. I'm the doctor. I help people.
I'm sorry, this doesn't make much sense to me. You're hanging around with hired muscle, but you're a doctor? So what?
In this situation, we are hired by the
fucking
same
name
person.
is in real life. Does he beat them up and then you administer treatment to them? Is that how it works? And then someone swoops in? Have you got a lawyer on the team that comes in and sues them for damages?
No, you're just thinking too much now. So I'm sorry if that's.
Well, I'm glad that someone is at least thinking around here because it sounds like you two bloody aren't.
I'm just sitting there on the floor with my head in my hands because this is not going at all anywhere close to the right direction.
Now, I kind of but did you see anybody else than just that guy with the mask?
Well, most of the time I had a bloody sack over my head.
Yeah. Okay. So you didn't kind of hear anybody else around, just that guy, or
I'm not any kind of investigator. I don't know. I heard noise. I don't know how many people were there. I don't know if it was just him or if he had friends or what. I do know that I was very scared for myself and my daughter's well-being.
well, Amon. I'm not sure if you want me to. Do you need me to refer you to a friend of mine that need if you want some trauma help?
I'm not really sure I want to get involved any more than I'm really being forced to with this world of nighttime that's going on.
Well, some do need to work in nighttime, so
I mean, the only kind of doctor I know that would work in the night is not of reputable quality. I've seen movies. I know what kind of doctor works at night. You work down back alleys administering health to gangsters.
no.
Yeah, manipulation and subterfuge difficulty 2, please.
I just had to.
Gangsters need healthcare too. Terrible dental plans for gangsters. Okay, lovely, yeah.
So I just tried to kind of calm her down, and it's just been a horrible bad joke, and unfortunately, stuff has happened, and this was the result. But I kind of tried to. I tried to kind of implore that she was supposed to be safe all the time.
Manipulation subterfuge
So-
difficulty 3, please.
Is the doctor like hardcore wingmanning me right now? Because God, thank you.
Do you want to help out or not?
Well, I mean, I guess since I've been sitting there trying to say that, this
Basically,
wasn't
are you
supposed
going to help
happen
comfort
anyway.
your wife, or are you just going to sit there like a tosser?
Yes, I'm gonna help. I'm gonna help.
Okay, you get a +1 modifier, Dr. Bowier.
Thank you. Jesus.
Which did not help. You want to re-roll that?
I can't.
What's the beast again?
The-
It's one success on both. No, wait.
Can I re-roll that hunger so it doesn't kind of
you can't re-roll
get
the
the
hunger.
beast out in me?
In fact, I don't
No,
know why that's
exactly.
considered a beast roll, because that was a successful roll.
Isn't the beast when you roll a 1 on hunger die?
Yes.
But you were also but it only comes into play when you were have a fail roll. But that was a success.
So would that be a storyteller overrule to say that that was a success without the beast?
I think that's just the API being mechanical.
Hmm.
As far as I know, if someone in chat knows differently, please correct me. But that would only come. The beast would only come into play if that was an unsuccessful roll. At least that's how I've read the rule book. I could be completely wrong.
I'm not sure. So
Because you can re-roll to get rid of the beast to make it a success roll. At least as far as I know. But we'll assume that because, well, unless you want to go with the beast.
So I could kind of re-roll that hunger die. I'm not sure. Well,
Can't re-roll hunger
You
die.
can't re-roll hunger die.
no, exactly. So I can't remove the beast with a re-roll, right?
But I do remember it specifically saying in the rule book you can do a re-roll to get rid of the beast.
Okay. So
But you've got a
if
successful roll, so I would assume that this is just the API mechanically responding and saying that if this is a fail roll, you get the beast. If this is a success...
Oh,
it's
like
not.
if it was a difficulty 5,
Okay,
it would be
I have
a
a
beast roll.
I have a
Gotcha.
Yeah,
chart
it does.
here. A bestial failure is a 1 on a blood die. Flat out.
But it's not a
I've
failure.
only a bestial failure, which means you get the beast.
So, because it was a difficulty 2, it's not a beast roll.
Yeah.
If it
I mean,
was a difficulty
3.
5, it would have been. Sorry, difficulty 3.
2 to 5 is a failure. 6 and 9 is success, and 10 is a messy critical on hunger die. So the 1 is what caused the beast.
Only be, yeah, it would only you would only get the beast if the difficulty was higher than the
here it
number
is,
of
right here.
successes. you
Bestial
had.
fail. The very first thing it says under bestial failure, a failed roll, not enough successes to reach the difficulty or to beat an opposing contestant's number, in which 1 or more hunger dice come up with a 1, is a bestial failure. This isn't a failure. This is a success.
Yeah. So you were correct all the time.
So you're good.
Although Vanta says he can still succeed, but the beast comes out, so he succeeded, but it's tainted.
Either way, you can't re-roll to get rid of it unless you were under the desired number.
Well,
Well, my roll 20 just completely broke, so don't ask me to roll anything for
Yep, so did
a
mine.
while.
So we'll carry on and we'll just
I
say
cannot.
that was a success
Yep.
and you can carry on.
so if that was all, we have we have some business. So I'm sorry, but I will leave you to it, and I'll ask for have a nice night, and I'll retire.
Have a
Get
nice
out.
night. I'm going to bed. We'll talk about this in the morning, if you're around.
I'll be back in a few hours.
Fine. You know it ain't fine.
No, it's not fine. And then as soon as she leaves to go upstairs, I'll leave the house with the doctor.
Okay.
And as soon as we get into whatever car or whatever that we're getting in to go wherever we're going, mask back on, hood back up.
Sometime later, not much time, the entire coterie, including Armon and the doctor, have gathered again at their Haven domain. Back in the office,
Ah,
with the disposed corpse, well, I say corpse, the torpid corpse of Nomar, probably surrounding him, talking about how they're going to approach what to do with him.
talk.
Just-
Cedra is leaning over him very close to his neck.
Hey, Cedra.
What?
You know, this is technically not yours to kill.
She looks up at Amon.
Amon's not there.
Come on,
I
sir.
thought he just said
We'd
everyone was
probably be
there.
arriving. Yeah, we
Oh,
probably are.
well, we
walking in the
waited
room.
around for them?
No, we've been probably
that's
away
true,
for an
yeah.
hour or something, at least.
Yeah, discuss what you were doing before we got there. Sorry.
What's the timeline here, Shiver?
Late at night, probably the last thing that you would be doing
No.
before having to all fuck off.
Is it the 3 of us or all 5 of us here right now? Because remember, we split up.
At this very second, it would probably be the 3 of you, and then Armand and Dr. Bowier walking just before Cedra was about to do her thing. While they're walking in, Cedra's sire, because she has that power, discipline, connection with her sire, receives a message
One
straight...
with sire or something like that. Yeah.
Receives a message straight to her brain. I'm not even going to attempt to do the accent again because that's racist. I say that and I'm doing an accent later, but fuck it. Cedra, the voice says, this one isn't worth your time or effort to consume. The act is forbidden within the Camarilla, and this one is crazed and weaker than you already. Don't let your desire for vengeance outweigh your desire for justice. This is a justice that isn't yours to dispense. The wronged party should have his say on this creature's fate.
Without moving whatsoever away from Noma, Fang still on his neck but not in, I look at Amon.
This thing's still alive. Well, this thing isn't final dead yet.
It's not. Do you want me to? Or do you want to do the honors?
If you thinking about having his soul or his inner, well, I would recommend that I could find some rituals to hide the effects of it first. We could put him in storage for a while.
My sire is right. He's not worth it. I would merely kill him.
Amon, don't you find it somewhat ironic that this man was trying to take over your life, and now you have his life in your hands, and you could take over his soul?
I like the irony, but I don't think I'm planning on doing that, Isaac. And I walk over to Cedra because she's holding him. And I grab it, because it's a corpse right now, by the neck and just hold it up. And just look at it. And then look at everybody else. And I would like to attempt to rip its head off.
Strength brawl, difficulty 3, please.
Oh shoot! I forgot I need to bring my character sheet back up. Roll.
You attempt to rip the being's head off. Put your foot on its shoulder and everything, and it's just not budging.
Amon, the fuck are you doing?
Have you guys hold on? Have you guys seen the old Scooby-Doo Zombie Island movie where Fred tries to pull the face off the zombie and realizes it's a real zombie. So he's just sitting there pulling at the thing's face. That's what it looks like.
Amon, would you like some help?
No, I got this. This was gonna be really cool, but I got this. Don't worry.
You should be able to retry at this minute.
I'll be outside if you need me, and Xavier will walk out of the office.
I'll join us. Yeah.
As Isaac sees you attempting to tear off the head, he's kind of realizing you're not going to Diabolize him. So Isaac would look a little... he'd still have his pen and pad, but he'd look a little sad because he really wanted to witness this firsthand and take note.
What we do in the shadows every week.
After being unable to rip the thing's head off, I get frustrated and I deploy a blade out and I try and use it as like a tool to try and help me.
Getting
it's
who
funny
to try and help
because
you,
it'll
sorry?
be this. No, just my blade.
Are you sure you want to do that?
So I'm just.
Because I'm going to warn you that this would count as a called shot, which is a lot more difficult to do.
Oh.
Like, substantially.
It's called a what now?
A called shot. Because you're doing something specific.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm rules lawyering, I'm afraid.
No, that's fine. I understand. I just didn't hear. Well, I know exactly what you're talking about. I just gotta look at Cedra and I just go suggestions.
Fight him?
Fine.
That's another called shot.
Is it?
Oh no, that would be. Oh, actually, no. He's torpid, so I'll let you do that for free. Fuck it.
And Amon, you don't have to worry about being blood bonded once he's dead.
It's true.
You can drink deeply.
Yep. I plan on it. Although he's kind of dried up in torpor, so how much blood is in him?
Not a substantial amount.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's worth finding out. You should go for it.
Oh yeah, I totally am still.
Oh well.
No, I'm not gonna have it. I'm sorry, but Isaac, manipulation and subterfuge, and Armand.
Oh gosh. Oh no, I know exactly what he's trying to do.
Intelligence and awareness, please.
Aware. I'm not too deep. I'm not gonna say anything.
Is that? No, that's not from there. Okay. Are we waiting on Armand's roll?
No, mine.
No,
I got a 2.
Okay, carry on.
So yeah, I just try and feed on this guy or this thing, his body.
How much?
I would just kill it, like normal feeding, just
okay.
So it's dry.
Slake 1 hunger.
Cedra is paying very close attention to make sure that's all he does.
I wouldn't even as a character. I barely even know what you guys are talking about when you say Diablerize. I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Well, as a character, you wouldn't know anyway. So.
Mm-hmm.
Slake 1 hunger.
You guys keep saying,
and we'll say he slips into final death.
I really wanted to rip its head off like a badass, though. Really sad that failed.
You're quarterback.
He's dead now.
I know, but it's just like I'm
So you can rip
strength
his head
tiny
off now.
character. No, he turns into dust as soon as he dies.
You're a melee character. You're not a strength character.
Well, I mean, all of those stats are the same. No,
they roll different.
like dot. I know, but I have the same amount of dots in both.
Oh, really? Oh.
Mm-hmm. I am fighty character. I'm a Bruja through and through.
The torpid corpse of Nomar shrivels up, disappears finally, and leaves a load of black ash on the office floor.
We should
At
get a
that
broom.
point, I would probably look at everybody and just be like, if that's all you needed me for, I'm going home, and I leave.
Technically,
divorced
Xavier's out of the
somehow.
office. I think the doctor's out of the office too.
Okay.
We left the circus.
Before I leave the office, I look at Isaac and say, "That's no joke, and that's not something you can encourage. You should encourage."
Oh, of course, but wouldn't it be fantastic to understand the process more and to use it as a learning experience for us all?
I do understand it. You don't encourage that.
Very well. Hopefully, I'll be able to I'll get another opportunity to take some notes.
Cedra goes looking for a broom.
The Coterie go their separate ways. Cedra, being sensational, brushes up the remains of Nomar.
It's just rude to leave it behind.
No ma is no more. I'll leave.
Chucks them in a bin, and that brings the end to Nomar's story. Very gracefully thrown in the bin. In the
He
present
got
day,
lucky.
we go back to the Coterie domain. The Coterie are hanging out, talking in the office, when suddenly Dolores walks into the office and says to them, "There's a woman sitting in the pub that was asking about Dr. Bowier, saying she needs to speak with him and his companions. What would you like me to tell her?"
Did you check to see if she was on drugs first?
No, as she seemed fairly sober though.
Nobody in the right fucking mind asked for the doctor.
Do we happen to have
No, wait, did she ask for Dr. Bowier, or did she say, "Is there a doctor in the house"?
She specifically asked for Dr. Bowier and his companions.
Huh.
well, I guess she wants us all. Oh, I'll take a look.
Okay. You're just going to take a quick peek at her?
We don't have any kind of cameras or two-way mirrors or something like that, so we don't have that. Looks, I don't know.
We deal with enough cameras. I hope we don't have cameras.
Yeah, I would also hope that a place where a bunch of
That's
vampires hang out wouldn't have a lot of mirrors in it.
We should. Well, anyway, I'll go out in the bar area.
You see the usual small amount of customers, but the woman in particular stands out. She's wearing a retro-style scarlet dress, a small, elegant hat with a black mesh veil attached that covers half of her face. She's sitting back, holding a 50 centimetre, 20-inch, whichever you prefer, long jade cigarette holder with an unlit cigarette in the end.
Seen her before?
She's unfamiliar to you.
Classy dame.
So I probably approach her because she probably be the one. And
I apologise for the
Mrs.
upcoming accent. I don't know why I do this to myself.
Is this where you try to speak Scottish and it turns out to be Australian?
Worse.
Because that's like the one of the most common things that happen.
Oh, I hope she's Welsh.
Worse.
Is it
American?
Swedish?
Shall I just greet you and you all find out?
No, Xavier, American would just sound like Lance.
I hate myself so much. Oh, God. Bonjour, docteur.
That's not bad.
Je m'appelle Clarette. I am very pleased to meet you.
It's my pleasure. And who have I the pleasure to meet?
I already told you my name is Clarette.
Claudette, sorry. Sorry. The matters you need from me, does that require a bit more quiet place, or?
I would appreciate the secrecy. I'm so fucking sorry.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, we have slightly disorganized back room, if you wouldn't. It would be my pleasure.
I do not mind.
I'll bring her to the office.
She... Thank you, Noscavian. She gets up and follows you into the office. I
Yes,
see these are your companions.
These are my yeah, you could call them companions. Yes.
Salut.
Welcome.
Good evening.
I'll start introducing everyone to Claudette. With names. And since you are aware that these are, well, I think you have something you would like to inquire of us.
I do. My friend, Monique, she was missing. She's been gone for 3 days, and with the rip on the loose, I'm very worried. I'm not doing that fucking accent anymore.
It wasn't
It's
really
a good
that bad.
accent.
Yeah,
It's
You're
an
doing a
accent's
good
pretty
job.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get someone who's actually French come in and say, "What the fuck?"
Oh, because the Americans here weren't offended when you were land.
That was American.
You never worry about your Welsh
That wasn't my
accent.
American accent. I can
just
only
like
do a
Lance
Southern
because
American accent.
I like
wanna
Lance
hear that
because
now.
it makes Shiver use words I'm not used to him saying.
Yeah, keep going. You're fine.
He can't just call everyone a cunt.
Mm-hmm.
Say that
Who
on
knows?
the-
Lance might do that.
Okay, fine. I have come to you because I am worried that she might be a victim of the Ripper. I've heard that you are the Coterie that has been charged with looking into the matter.
That is true.
Can we tell if she's kind or kindred?
I could if you want me to, without saying anything. Fuck it. I'm going to cast. Oh, what's it called? Sense the Beast, which is my resolve plus the discipline versus her composure plus subterfuge.
So does that mean he sensed the beast?
I'm gonna reroll.
Yeah, I think I'm going to as well.
Is that 6 a success? I forget what the success
Yes.
is.
Yes, 6.
Okay, so I'll only
6
re-roll.
plus, yeah.
The
re-roll
two P's
2.
cancel each other out?
There we go.
Right, so I rolled a 2.
You don't sense it.
You don't sense
Nope.
it, and you succumb to the beast. Oh no, there you go. Oh god, okay. There you go, alright. So that's a draw, which means the player wins in this instance. And you will be able to sense that she is kindred.
I'm probably sitting there, and I kind of just looked up at her because I'm probably in a heated discussion on my phone with my wife, like I've probably been for the last week, just like texting back and forth. And so I just kind of looked up at her, did the little like sonar pulse, and just looked back down at my phone, going, "She's cool."
Monique and I, we are new in Oxford. We do not know really anyone here. And as I said, she has gone missing, and I was hoping that she might be able to look into it. I fear that she has succumbed to be a victim of the Ripper.
Ah,
So
Where
fucked
did
up.
you see her last?
3 days ago, we were... Oh god, where is it? Clarette, Monique and I, we were hunting at a magic orgy in Rosehill Cemetery. These kine are easy pickings, and people don't tend to bat an eyelid if you feed during an orgy. I figured Monique had just gone off with someone from the orgy and would be back after the night, having had her fun and feeding on some lucky soul. But she hasn't been back, and normally she wouldn't be gone this long.
What was the name of the cemetery?
Rosehill Cemetery.
What was the name of the cemetery that
Rosehill.
the werewolves were in?
Oh. Were they in a
Or is just?
I don't think they were in a
I
cemetery.
thought they were in a cemetery.
No, they were on a park.
Oh, it was a
I
park.
think that they were.
A park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rose Hill. Oh, right.
Rose. I feel we could look into this matter for you. Is there any other information you can provide us? Maybe something she does on the regular? Do you think there's a reason why she may not have showed up in the last few nights? Is she running from anything?
Not as far as I know. We are very new here. We have not made any friends nor enemies in the time that we have been here. We started with the ritual outside. It was all, of course, just show. These people do not practice real magic. As I say, we were there mainly for the orgy to feed. The orgy carried on, well, after the ritual, the orgy was inside a crypt building that was very near. It was all very primitive.
I see. That sounds like quite the experience. And you did see your friend Monique leave with somebody.
I did not see her leave with anyone, but I was a little busy, if you know what I mean. I assumed
see.
that she had met some lucky soul and was going to make his night, or her night, particularly special.
I understand. So it would seem like a good place to start would be in this cemetery.
It's one option. The orgy itself, as far as I know, was organized by one of the Toreador, an anarch named Tori. She does not have much imagination when it comes to names, but she has much imagination in other matters. You can find her in her haven in Hockwell House Hotel on Church Way. You just go to the desk and ask to speak to Tori.
Isaac would look around to other members of the group. Is there any other questions someone wants to ask?
Was there anything special about the ritual? Like any masks or special outfits or anything like that?
No, they were all just helpless kind, thinking that they were doing real magic, but it was all just show and some excuse for them to have an orgy together. You know how these misguided people are. Why do I feel like I'm in an episode of A Lower Low? Oh, Renee! What about the Madonna with the big boobies?
The description of your friend.
Yes.
How can we recognize her?
I think she would stand out, especially to one such as you, Dr. Bowier. Are we all not family after all? True, you are on different side of the war than we are, but we are all part of the same house, no?
That is true.
You know, I'm real sick and tired of people asking us to find people, and then when we ask what they look like, they're like, oh, they would stand out! What color's her fucking hair?
She has black hair.
Thank you.
Yeah, that doesn't stand out.
No.
She has a
Any other
certain
features?
grace about
Mole
her.
on her face?
She is uniquely beautiful.
The guy
no,
with
I'm
the
just
mask.
gonna end up getting some picture in my head there. Let's not go there.
The guy that always wears a mask is gonna say nothing.
Uniquely beautiful like what, a Nosferatu?
I said beautiful, not like some sort of weird freak.
They're uniquely beautiful.
I
Tell that
think
to
a blood
Harry.
sorceress would stand out amongst the crowd, certainly amongst the kind.
I look at Cedra. Blood sorceress. That helps.
She may have a tattoo of Ohio on her ass. I do not know what this Ohio is.
Is she American?
No, she is Francais. You see what I mean when I say she stands out? Do I not stand out? Do you get many French people in your bar? Do you get many French people here in Oxford?
Honey, you don't stand out because you're French.
Well, I
Isaac
do not
would be,
believe that.
Isaac would be taking some notes. He's like, okay, so we are looking for a French individual with black hair who is a blood sorceress with a tattoo of Ohio on her ass. Is that correct?
There is no tattoo on her ass.
Oh, wait.
I've never heard a French person say ass, so
Oh,
Arse.
Lars
I don't think they'd say ours. Le ours.
on her bottom.
oh
There we
so
go.
there is a tattoo
On
of
her
Ohio
mum.
What?
on her bottom.
She has no tattoo. She has perfect skin. The only tattoo
No,
she
no.
has is that of the clan logo.
Which is...
Do you
Tremere,
have a
I'm
piece
pretty
of
sure.
paper?
Trim.
So Isaac would scratch out his notepad. No tattoo of Ohio. Tattoo of what is
The
Trem-
circle.
Tremere? I'm showing a blank.
This is
Circle, triangle.
Circle triangle,
Mm.
yeah. Oh, like tattoo
There's a
of
square
Clan
inside the
Tremere.
circle, too.
How inconspicuous.
well, the tattoo only those who are very lucky get to see that tattoo.
Oh, is this
Or
one of those?
unlucky because she's naked dead somewhere.
Oh, is
He's
this one
right,
of those
you know.
anti-tribute tattoos?
Anyway, and
Yes, Doctor. God, I hope
where
this accent
could
doesn't
we
stay.
find you? Where can we find you?
Where is
Doctor.
convenient for you? I have few routes holding me. I can come back here whenever you say, or I can give you my phone number.
That will work.
You want my phone number? Just like saying the word number with a French accent.
Phone number.
Number. Doctor.
So she'll write that down for you and hand it over. Be careful with that. I do not give that to just anyone.
No, I'll keep it close.
Good boy.
Well, we will look into it, but I hope that you understand we are not. We are quite busy, so we are trying to find the Reaper, yes, and mostly the result is laying in the streets, ripped apart. So I think that's a good sign.
You say you're a doctor? Your bedside manner is terrible. You have not reassured me at all. I hope that she turns up alive.
You're the one that came looking for him.
I was hoping for someone with a little bit more sensitivity.
Well, miss, of course we hope to find... Oh,
No, I'm so, I thought it was a good. I gotta mumble. Yeah.
yes, I agree, Doctor. And of course, miss, we hope we will find your friend alive. But if we have difficulties with that, do you know of a personal object she keeps near and dear?
Not again.
I might be able to find something if given time, but she was a very private person, and as I say, we've not been here long, so we have been unable to take down the roots.
I see.
We travel very lightly.
I walk up to her and brush my hand down her arm and say, I hope we find her alive.
Oh, merci. As do I. We have been lovers for very long. We fled Paris together. I should probably say we fled Paris together.
I definitely sympathize with that.
Ah, you've been to Paris?
I have, actually.
Yes. It used to be such a beautiful city.
I kind of remember it.
Once you go to Paris, you'll never go back. Thank you all for your help. Would you like me to wait here for the night, or should I retire somewhere else?
Well, I can't guarantee that we'll find her tonight as much as I'd love to. So, for your sake, it's probably better to find something to do to keep yourself occupied.
I understand. You wouldn't mind if I take one of your customers home with me, would you?
Be discreet.
Of course. Au revoir, mon ami. God, I hate myself.
Don't.
You did fine.
That was fantastic.
As she leaves the office, I say, yeah, I hope we find her alive. That way we can ask her questions.
Maybe
I'll-
one. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
After she's kind of left the room, and I'm sure the door is closed. Did no, well, did we have to stop accepting stuff like this without payment?
I mean, she asked for you. That's kind of on you.
Well,
Good idea,
At that
though.
point, you know.
And in all fairness,
it's
everything
going
else
to
is
be
at a
boon.
payment.
It's
Everything
going to
else
be
is at a
boon,
payment.
So yeah. Well, anyway, for your information, these two are a part of the Tremere.
Great.
Figured that
A
out.
faction called the Karna, I think. They are somewhat loose in their behavior. But still, this is a part of the Tremere. I look forward to help them out. Could I implore and ask for your help?
It might lead to more information about the Ripper, it sounds like, so worth checking down.
Yeah, the more people we knock out that are kidnapping random folks, the faster we can find them.
And perhaps if we do find her friend alive, and it wasn't the Ripper, we can ask for payment then.
That's a dick move, Isaac.
We can ask for a boon.
Oh, that too. I think a boon would
It would be nice for someone to owe us for once.
I agree.
So,
Yeah.
Well,
who wants to go to Rose Hill Cemetery?
there's nothing better to do.
It's the
I say,
perfect.
standing up.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Tonight's the perfect kind of night for a stroll through the cemetery.
I literally live next to a fucking cemetery. They're nothing special.
I thought you moved.
Lived.
Oh.
I literally lived.
No, you didn't. You're not alive.
You moved?
Ooh.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yes, he flips God off. Yeah.
Okay. How are you getting there?
Oh, do we not have the car now?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to
Yeah.
Amon's car?
I would be using the car again. It's no longer parked at a crime scene.
Would you like to discuss anything on the journey?
Saber, do you know that Toredo Anarch she was talking about? Or
Coterie?
Anarch, for that sake.
The only Toreador Anarch we know is Valdris.
Well,
Maybe Valdris and Tori are friends. No.
Who's Corey?
Tori, the Toreador Anarch. The one that plans the cemetery orgies, right?
Is that really her
Tuesday
name?
must be time for the cemetery orgy. Yes, her name is Tori the Toreador.
Yes.
Wow. I guess that answers your question, Doctor.
Yep. Thanks.
Armand drives
So-
on into the night. Oh,
Yeah, no.
no, please.
I was just saying that. Are we there yet?
Oh. Armand drives on into the night and pulls up outside pulls up inside Rose Hill Cemetery with the road that goes in to the middle of the cemetery and circles round on itself. And at that point, we'll take a quick break. Coterie have pulled up in the road that circles around the centre of the cemetery. The car doors echo into the night as they exit the vehicle, and a small breeze comes and goes in the night. The cemetery is empty, and there are no other cars parked up apart from the one belonging to Armand. Around them, among the gravestones, the group can see a large wheelie bin, a small grass clearing that Clarette and her group used to perform their ritual, and the small crypt building the group went into after to consummate their faux magic ritual. To clarify, this is an investigation scene.
2. That's what I'm good at.
I take a look in the clearing to see if I can tell like where people were.
Do for me, please. Well, just to find where they were.
Where they were, where people walked off to.
Yeah, do an intelligence and investigation roll for me, please, at difficulty 2.
Man, I need to up my investigation.
Lovely. You can see, a part of the grass that's definitely had, a fair few people on it. Not a large group of people, but it's certainly, I wouldn't say stand out because it's flatter than the rest, and that's why you notice it. You can probably tell that the trail leads from where they were into the small crypt building.
No footprints leading off?
Not from there, only into the small crypt building.
Looking around, do we see any anything else of interest? Like maybe actually, they probably wouldn't. If they were doing a party at a cemetery, they probably wouldn't set up a bonfire. That doesn't. It would draw attention.
Mhm.
I mean, apart from the graves and the crypt, there's a bin.
Okay.
And of course, where they were sat.
Well, shall we go into the crypt and look around?
Give me a minute. I look in the bin.
Aha! Wits and investigation difficulty 3, please. You're my favourite.
Except I only rolled a 1.
You rummage around in the bin. You find various bits of scraps and leaves. You're sure there's something in there, but you can't quite find it.
Amon wanders over. Do you need some help with that?
Yes, please. And I also kind of rub his arm when I say that.
Ah, well remembered.
Ah, yeah.
Wits
where
investigation
do I roll?
difficulty 3, please. With a
Wits.
+1 modifier.
Ooh.
We're just going through the trash.
I'm gonna reroll 1. because it's the double zeros that did it. Anytime the game decides to roll it. I think I did that
Meanwhile,
correctly.
I'll take a look around the graves itself, trying to find clues if there are people kind of if they have left any clues around the graves, like the place they're been messing about on the grass, the graves around, the names on the graves. Are there any names
Wits and
that
awareness,
pops out?
difficulty 2, please.
Mine's probably going to roll twice, so just take the first one. Whenever it pops up. Nice. So I
You
rolled
said
a
the
4
difficulty
total.
was
2. So that's fine.
yeah.
Now that we've had it clarified, beast rolls are a lot less scary.
Okay, so that's no longer a messy critical. First of all, Omon finds a bit of scrap paper in the bin, which you should now be able to see. To clarify, it's mostly distorted and destroyed from being in the bin for so long.
Mm-hmm.
However, you can see the letters P blank 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 S I blank U blank.
Blank you good.
Doctor,
Yes.
you find a small amount of blood on the grass.
How interesting. Just my.
Look at that smell!
Is it fresh?
He's in his element now.
It's fresh enough.
Ooh, I want to taste for
Okay.
blood.
Resolve, blood sorcery, difficulty 3, please.
I'm just picturing the doctor down on all fours licking the grass.
I'm gonna reroll the 1.
Okay.
Different than a carpet lick. It's like a vegan carpet licker. Anyway.
Could I reroll a reroll? Or is that.
Yes.
Shit,
Give him his blood.
Kalima.
Aha! So that's a success. It is kine blood, probably from an adult.
Oh,
Someone's a little messy during dinner.
somebody been messy, yes.
Coffee. Iced coffee.
Mm.
Well, I've been kind of crawling a bit around, trying to find some more, of course. And when I kind of see that people are gathering up to start walking to the groups, I'll join.
Okay. Right.
And during the way, I kind of ask, anybody found anything?
I found a scrap of paper. It's got the Tremere logo on it.
Can I have a look?
Sure. And I hand it over.
Totally missed that's what that was.
Organa.
Dr. Bowier, you would realise that this is not the Camarilla Tremere logo.
No. That's not.
Ooh.
Well, that's not the Tremere logo. That's.
It looks a lot like it.
Well, it's similar because it's kind of. Well, we have people that are not welcomed in the house anymore. And I would very much guess it says Epissimus. That's the lead.
What's that mean?
Ah. That's what the PSIU is.
Mm.
Who's Morgana?
Sorry.
Might be a member.
Did they give out membership cards? It's kind of a Tremere thing to do.
She's right, you know. It's okay to call your own clan out, Doctor.
I don't protect this households.
Oh.
To be fair, I not really fond of them.
You stand outside the crypt, and you realise the door is not locked. It's probably because it's generally not thought to lock it. It's not like the dead are going to try and get up and walk out.
No, the dead is
Not
going
like it's
to
locked
walk
to
in.
keep them in.
Well,
Inside
the
the
last time, yeah, I was going to say the last time we walked into a place that seemed pretty empty, I got attacked by a thing that kind of looked human. So,
And the last time I got my hand broken, so I'll let someone else go first.
yeah, so either Xavier or I would go first, and I would probably have one blade out as a precaution.
If the doctor isn't going first, Xavier will going first. He's not scared. Also,
not
he would have
scared,
brought
I'm
his
just being
shotgun with him
precautious.
this time, by the way.
The doctor's probably quite busy with the note and kind of.
I think Isaac
During-
would be pretty eager to enter the crypt.
Then Isaac enters
That makes
first.
sense.
Definitely.
That makes-
You'll be pleased to hear the crypt is empty, save for the dead. There's a few stone graves knocked around. They're obviously mock graves, and the floor, shall we say, has been disturbed quite vigorously lately.
I think Isaac would want to look around and maybe inspect the mock graves, see if maybe there's a reason they were set up that way, or if they were used. See if he can find something there.
Do for me investigation, intelligence. No, investigation and wits. Difficulty of 2, please.
Ready?
Wonderful. You find a key on a keyring. The keyring is inscribed with the word St. James Church on it.
Ah, we have a key to a church. St. James, it would appear. Isaac would pick up the key and bring it over to the coterie.
Would any of us know if that's nearby?
Yeah.
That's the dead screaming, by the way, if you heard that.
This is the sound the key made when I picked it up.
Either Armon or Xavier would know.
Great. That's useless.
Well, not necessarily. If the party has a key to the church, maybe sometimes they plan events in the cemetery, and sometimes they plan events in the church.
Or maybe they're real sick and they're like, dare you to go enter the church. Here's the key.
Oh, is the church haunted?
Is the church what?
Haunted.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
the
know if
church
you know
is-
this, Cedra, but can't normally enter churches.
Yeah, kind of noticed. Most churches actually are usually pretty useless, but
I mean, it's worth checking out, but remember
maybe
what happened to Cedra, I guess.
Well, we couldn't enter the convent because that's where nuns live. I don't remember nuns or priests living at a church.
it really only takes one person there with true faith, which apparently is a bit
True.
more prevalent than I thought.
Is it a Catholic church?
No.
Shiver? No.
COE. Anglican?
Would we know if they have service at night at all?
Yeah. And no.
Okay. Catholics have
was gonna
service
say,
at
what-
night, by the way, Nitro.
I know, but like, isn't it like midnight to 1 a.m. right now? How late at
Yeah.
night?
Catholics have service. Oh, it
Well, that'd be
depends.
midnight mass,
yeah.
and
They got midnight mass and all
Oh,
kinds of stuff.
okay. Okay.
Nobody's probably there if you want to check it out. It's not like anybody's going to give two fucks if we're breaking in anyways right now. I mean, the church might, but
well, I mean, we wouldn't be breaking in. We've got a key.
I think before we would leave, I think Isaac would want to do a cursory look around, some more, seeing where the dust was disturbed and see if there's anything unusual that just sticks out.
Wits. Investigation. Difficulty 2, please.
While we're down there, I kind of just for knowledge, the pessimists are anarchs,
Yes.
and well, they're a bit more, let's say, unrestrained than the Camarilla version of the clan. So
Isaac finds a dog collar with the name Maria Lapine inscribed upon it, and the address of a house on Old Road named Meadowland.
Isaac would jot
sorry.
down the name and address.
An
I
address
think I
where?
found someone's collar.
Meadowland.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, oh, okay. I was just making sure I heard that correctly.
I'm sorry, you found someone's collar or something's
Yes, I
collar?
found the collar of Maria Le Pen, and it has her address on it.
That name sounds French.
The address, is it recognizable to anybody?
Doesn't ring a bell.
No.
Perhaps the owner will be happy if we return their lost property.
Yeah, do we
We
want to
can,
go
Can
to
we
the house
tell
first
whether
or the
or not-
church?
Can we tell whether or not the collar was on a dog or a human?
It would probably, I would think, be safe to say it was from a human. It's not
Yeah.
the sort of style that you would put on a dog, we'll say.
Okay.
That's
It depends on how
really
rich you
name
are.
for a dog. All right, house or church?
You really want to leave already?
I'm,
No.
Put 'em on,
no,
say.
Mom
it's
doesn't
not.
care.
Okay.
Is there something that stands out kind of with the crypt in itself? We all kind of look around. Is there any Tremere kind of sign?
You're asking if
I'll
there's
try to-
something, a supernatural thing of the Tremere.
Yeah, I'll try to. Good question. I will try to sense the unseen to see if there are any hidden marks or wards or stuff, rituals that's been used here. So I'll probably do sense the unseen.
Okay. Yeah, that's good enough. Strangely enough, with Sense the Unseen, you do see something very faintly with your undead senses behind, not exactly hidden, more like it was discarded by one of the faux grave stone crypt things. It's the remains of a leaflet. The leaflet does appear to be burned, but what little remains of it, you can infer that it was a treatise from House Kana.
Oh. How weird. I'll show it to the other guys.
What's House Karna?
It's a it's one of the parts of Tremere. I would say
The
that
doctor was telling us earlier.
Yeah, the ladies. It's a part of the Tremere, like how Coterie was or is a part of it.
So it's the French sect?
No, not necessary. We are.
Are they
Well,
recruiting?
Interested?
No.
Oh.
Well, they are.
Why do they have a leaflet? Why would a vampire sect make a leaflet?
Actually, Doctor,
Yes.
do you know if they're from around here at all? Because they are new here. They could be recruiting. Like just said, in a not so roundabout way.
True. They are, let's say, they believe are somewhat, it's a bit hard for me to say.
Would you like me to, Doctor? I can sum it up in 2 words.
Okay, then.
They're feminazis.
Oh, okay.
Well,
That's one word, but awesome.
Those two, they are
Looking
feminazis.
at life a bit different
Shay.
for what society are. Feminists, I would say.
Violently opposed to
Hardcore.
any men in any way.
And which is a bit strange they are coming to us, asking for help.
Specifically you.
They might be trying to get me into, or us into trouble. We have to step carefully, I think.
Great.
It's a cat pudding.
What's cat pudding?
It's called Nyan Nyan pudding.
You-
Anyway, back to being a vampire.
I love it. Oh, you've got a little tiny spoon too.
Does it taste magnificent?
Oh my god.
Go home. Go away.
And I feel bad for the Nomad joke earlier.
Yeah.
Tastes like rainbow.
Well, we have.
Where are you going then?
What
So we
what
could
was
go
the name
to-
of the inside the color?
Inside the what?
Meadowland House. So we
Yeah,
can go to
but
Meadowland House, we can go to St. James Church, or we can go meet up with the Toreador that organized this whole shindig.
Well,
Well, perhaps the Toreador could give us the most answers if she'd be willing to answer the questions.
I say it's
And-
safer to go there because if it's dangerous to go after feminazi Tremers,
Valid.
don't know where I heard that name from, but
I am not a big fan of going into the church, although we definitely need to at some point. I wouldn't mind that being last on the list.
yeah. Unless Isaac wants to head that up, he seems to be curious about fucked up shit.
Well, I mean,
Are they
If
dead
the
enough
church-
for you?
if the church is protected, then it's not really worth our time. I think going there last would probably be wise.
So shall we go meet Tori, the Toreador?
Yes,
Ridiculous name.
perhaps Tori is friends with some of the anarchs that Xavier knows.
I don't think anarchs and friends kind of go together.
They're
And what
not
makes you
friends-
think I know a bunch of fucking people?
Also a good point.
Oh, fine. Maybe we can just go ask Tori and say, hello, Miss Anarch Toreador. We are from the Camarilla. We have some questions to ask you. I'm sure that will go over much better.
Why do you gotta fucking say where you're from? Is that how you introduce people? Hi, I'm Isaac. Not
Plus, you're
from
not from
Clan
Camarilla.
Anarch or Camarilla.
And they ask,
Okay.
How about we go and say, hey, when's your next blood orgy?
Oh, that's a good idea.
We could pay with Cedra's tits.
I
Okay.
don't
What?
think I would get invited.
I'm just saying, freaky people ask for weird shit. Remember the chef?
I have a impression we are not. Oh, the male versions are not allowed in those parties.
Go
Well,
ask and see.
I wouldn't mind.
Something tells me something as discreet as this, they give no fucks where you come from. As long as you're just into it.
Phrasing.
Sorry, Dad.
So, let's go see Tori.
The Coterie. Exit the crypt. Walk through the rainy night. We'll jump into Armand's car.
You know,
Anything
I
you wish-
must say the weather in Oxford is terrible. It's always raining.
Yeah.
The problem I've had
Like-
with that, this is totally meta, and it really annoys me, is I've been trying to get noise of just wind, and it sounds great when I record it, and then when I put it and play it back, it sounds like it's fucking raining. So you don't know if it's rain, you don't know if it's wind, and I'm very sorry. Anything you'd like to discuss in the car on the way?
Where are we headed again?
Really tired of this fucking rain, guys.
We're headed to the Hogwell House Hotel to see Tori the Toreador. And I'm forever going to call her Tori the Toreador.
Does she do tours?
Yes, we should ask her for a tour.
She's
That's
also a Taurus.
Splendid idea.
Is she a Taurus? Hey, baby, what's your sign?
Oh, me, Tori the Toreador? Why, I'm a Taurus.
I start banging my head in the kind of the car window.
I'll tell you one other thing about her. She's notorious.
Oh.
I'm so glad that I wasn't the only one that thought of that.
That'll be
No,
the
I'm not
song
even drunk
playing
yet.
at
I
a
want
haven on loop.
At least it's not political nonsense.
So, the Coterie drive along, listening to Notorious B.I.G. as they go.
Would it be the notorious PIG in this world?
Or would it be the notorious BAT?
The Notorious B.L.T.
BAT!
I'm hungry
I heard you.
again.
Okay.
And they pull up in the Hawkwell House Hotel. Exit the vehicle. God, I did a shit job with that. They notice a few cars parked in a car park, no doubt patrons of the hotel. Walk along the long drive and enter into the very posh upmarket hotel.
Is there receptionist
There is
around?
You walk in and there's a nice reception desk. Little notice that says ring the bell for attention.
Oh,
You'll be good at this, Doctor.
Door to the side of the reception opens. And oldish gentleman walks out, a smile on his face, greets you, says, "Ah, how may I be of service? Are you looking for a room for the night?"
Greetings. We are here to see Tori.
I understand. Please wait here, and I'll make sure she's available. Help yourself to a seat.
Does he
I
really
know,
think
don't
all 5 of
do
us would go into one room?
He's not judging.
I'm not sleeping with any of you.
Wait, why am I included in that? I'm not in the scene.
I said 5.
Including herself.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I said 5 of us.
Okay. Moments later. Oh yeah, I should probably fucking find her, shouldn't I? Moments
What
later,
did he do?
a female walks out wearing a black lacy dress, particularly odd corpse paint-like makeup. Says, would you care to step into my office? And she gestures to a room off to the side.
Forward.
Well, I get up, walk in.
Follow the doctor.
Yep.
Tori waits for you all to walk into her office, takes a rear position, walks in, looking at all of you. She walks around, takes a seat in front of a desk. So, what brings you here tonight?
So I sit right in front of the desk, and I put my elbows on the desk, my head in my hands, and go, so, I hear you organize blood orgy.
I sit in the chair right beside I almost called you Pedro. I have no idea why. Cedra, I don't know. I sit right beside Cedra and I kick my feet up on the desk.
She gives you this dirty look out of the corner of her eyes. She says, among other things, these happen, yes. Although organized is a strong word.
Do you ever do any at cemeteries? I have a thing for cemeteries.
They happen at cemeteries, yes, among other places. Are you looking for something in particular?
I have a certain sort of taste, and I look around at everyone else, that my companions here don't really share.
Ah, I see. I do provide services for Ventru, if that's what you're asking.
Not exactly what I was asking.
Okay,
I look
go
like
on.
a Ventru? I meant more of the female persuasion.
Oh! I'm sorry. You must be very young if you're still playing with your food.
I've heard this is a thing you set up.
Yes, I can. Or at least I'm aware of some of them. It depends, really.
Have you done anything like that recently?
There's been a few things recently, yes. Like I say, are you looking for something in particular?
Well, can you tell me what your recent ones have been like?
I'm afraid that I don't give out just any old information like that. My clients do enjoy their privacy, of course.
Damn it.
Well, private matters aside, we are here mostly because we are looking for friend, which has been missing after your orgy 3 days ago.
3 days.
I would rather say nights.
Let me see. She brings out this
Remember any
fucking massive
French?
book. Plonks it on the desk. Opens it up. Goes through. 3 days. Rose Hill Cemetery, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, a cemetery.
And, what exactly do you want of me?
We are looking for one of a couple of French.
I try and sneak a look at the page.
Wits. Awareness. Difficulty 3, please.
We are looking for a couple of French friends that was participating at this place. Particularly because one of them asked to know the whereabouts of the other ones after it. So I was wondering if you could help us find out where she is.
Well, first of all, are you sticking with that roll, Cedra?
I don't think she can undo the messy because both zeros are in the hunger die.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah?
think so.
Yeah,
I
she
think I
can't
gotta stick
change
with
it.
it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Tori catches you looking and said, "Excuse me, that is private." Slams the book shut and says, "I'm not really willing to give you information, especially as you're snooping."
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry about that. We don't need to be snooping or getting any information on people we aren't being asked to find. The individual we are looking for, her name is
Monique.
Monique. Do you have anyone in your book? That's the only person we're concerned about. Monique.
Charisma, persuasion, difficulty 2, please.
Question. Even though she got caught, did she still see something?
Yeah, because it was a critical.
Oh yeah, true. She would have seen the name Claret. Probably gathered, probably even in that quick flash of information, she probably would have gathered enough that Claret is one of the many that fled London and doesn't have a permanent haven yet in Oxford. Oh, lovely. What was your question, Isaac?
The only individual we're concerned about from your records is an individual named Monique. We're trying to find her whereabouts. She went missing.
I don't recall a Monique, I'm afraid, but I do remember. I believe her name was Claret. She came in recently.
I see.
It was very strange, in fact, because very soon
She had a
after-
companion with her.
Well, it's hard for me to recall because I had a very strange encounter very soon after. A man who only identified himself as a Heliodromus for some long-standing cult. He claimed that the cult has been in existence for hundreds of years. Doesn't every cult say the same, no? He was making inquiries, trying to find someplace underground. Quite literally. Said they needed a new meeting place. Tori told him to get lost. Oh god, now I'm talking about myself in the third person. I told him to get lost. See, this is what happens when I fucking read a script. This is why I don't do scripts, Fastcart. I told him to get lost once it became clear he wasn't going to pay me. He only offered his little club to give protection as payment. He became insistent, so I told him to go and check out St. James Church. There's a little side building. It's abandoned. Kind don't really go there because, that's how they are. The church is fairly safe as well because they don't have any true faith there and there's no real belief. And I figured I'd just get rid of him.
So did you?
I lean over to Amon because I'm scared to ask her anything now and say, what little club?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What little club?
What little club?
Amon wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't, no. I'm sorry. I was looking at Twitch chat.
Spend hours on a script and he doesn't even pay attention.
I love you, Shiv.
I'll say it again, for the benefit of the man in the
I'm sorry.
mask who was deaf.
Because of the mask.
It's soundproofing, I swear.
A man identified himself as a Heliodromus for some long-standing cult. Claimed the cult had been in existence for hundreds of years, like every other cult does.
Okay.
Making inquiries, trying to find some place literally underground. Said they needed a new meeting place. I told him to get lost once it became clear he wasn't going to give me any kind of payment. And the only kind of recompense he offered was his club to stand as protection for me. He became insistent, so I told him to go and check out St. James Church. The side building is abandoned, and the kind there don't have any real belief. I figured it would just get rid of him. It's just behind the church itself.
Thank you. That's most helpful. Perhaps maybe he's involved somehow. At least it's a lead we can look into. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And to be honest, I didn't miss as much of that as I thought I did. I just missed the last bit.
I missed the letter A, so I thought the dude's name was Heliodromus.
Mm.
You asked about a club also.
Yeah, apparently the cult's name is
Dromus.
Heliodromus.
No, the man identified himself as a Heliodromus.
A Heliodrome.
He said that, or he was promising to make her part of his club or whatever.
Protection.
Cult club.
Now, pardon me, but why did you point him in that direction?
Mostly just to get rid of him. I don't know how much experience you have with these sorts of people, but they become insistent if they don't get anything off you. I could see he wasn't going to pay me for anything, so it was the first thing that came to mind. It's not like it's in any use whatsoever, so win-win for everyone.
Well, I'm grateful for your time, and if my companions do not have any more questions.
Yes, thank you very much for your time. You've been most helpful.
You're slightly welcome.
I nod politely and kind of slink out.
I put my feet down off the table and I get up from the chair and follow her out.
She immediately starts scrubbing the desk where your boots were.
I am sorry for my companion's rude behavior. I'll
It's
do a
okay.
bow. And if you ever need anything to ask of us, you can look for us in Up in Arms.
I will keep that in mind.
The
Thank
fuck?
you.
And I'll go out.
You don't need to knock to leave.
Isaac would nod respectfully and thank you again and goodbye, and he'd leave.
Coterie. Exit the hotel. Walk back to the car. Where would you like to go?
Go to church.
Xavier pushes the doctor on his shoulder. What the fuck was that?
Well, question for a question.
Questions for a questions asked. You were just talking about how we shouldn't do this shit without payment, and here you are offering up our services just willy-nilly. We didn't agree to this.
And telling her where our haven is.
I
Not
assume
the haven, domain. That's different.
Domain. It's still.
it's our group haven. Kind of.
Pretty fucked up for somebody that really wants to be involved in stuff.
Well, at least she knows where we are, so she.
So
Well,
she
if
can come
She will.
ask a favor.
Well, ask her questions. We don't need to answer.
Yeah, because I'm okay being
I'm gonna
indebted
get
to
so
you
many-
guys, but
You never
I'm gonna
cease
get
to
so
amaze
many
me, Doctor.
spam blood orgy invites after this.
It does kind of cease to amaze me that you don't know how this society works. Over and over again. I'll kind of step into the car and
That's
shut
your
up.
rebuttal. Okay. Shut the door. That's fine. You're a fucking idiot.
I don't think there was anything too wrong. I mean, the domain is relatively public knowledge, is it not? At least among
I don't give a fuck about the domain. I give a fuck about him offering my services up without talking to me first.
I see.
Make
Well, I
that clear,
suppose-
and he'll shut the door.
Goodbye. Isaac would walk around and open up one of the other doors.
Poor old Isaac.
so as I was saying,
Poor old Diablo antagonizing Isaac.
yeah,
Thanks.
I was pretty okay with Isaac until he tried to convince me to Diablo-ize that guy.
It's still the same old nice Isaac.
I know, but yeah, I know.
I'm so nice. Eat a soul.
Right?
Anything you'd like to
Exactly.
discuss in the car? And where are you going, by the way?
Church?
To
Oh, we
church?
have this
Yeah.
random address or church?
We should
More
go to
likely
church.
Want to go to the church?
I'm not gonna sing that song because I hate it.
If we're going to go to the church,
I'm so glad
I'm going to
not
have to
the
force a
only person
very
that thinks
quick
of that
break
song.
because that coffee's gone whoosh.
Hmm.
And the melon soda. And the Nian pudding.
You have a drinking problem.
Yes. This is a problem with scoliosis. So I've got
Caf-
all this pressure on my bladder. It's like squeezing it.
Caffeine's one hell of a drug.
So we will be
Must be the pudding.
right the hell back.
Mm-hmm.
We will.
Coterie drive around to St. James Church. To the church's side is the old stone building they heard about. The windows have been covered with planks of wood. Despite there being houses nearby, at this time of night, everyone is asleep. They take in their surroundings. A breeze of wind picks up, and among the smell of spring flower, among them is a smell of spring flower in the air. They also get a faint whiff of fresh blood. A stone path leads up to the church and the abandoned building on the side.
What building are the boarded up windows on? The church?
Building on the side.
Gotcha. Okay.
Out of character, this isn't the same church we went to before with the little shack.
Nope.
This is a different one?
No, that was a convent.
Okay, good.
She claims it's safe, but I'm not knocking.
Well, we need to go to the back.
Side.
Thought she said behind. Her version of behind and my version of behind are not the same.
Do we need to go to the church, or was it the shack behind or beside the church we were supposed to look at?
The shack.
Right.
I'm still not going first.
How did you... What do you do with that pen? You not always writing down notes?
I do take notes, but I know we got the church key, and I knew we were on our way here. Just wasn't sure which one was our priority.
I understand.
It wasn't dead enough for him.
It's like a dog with two bones. Very confusing.
Well, shall we knock?
On...
I'm not knocking.
I'll take kind of sense the unseen, because we have a potential kidnapper or someone who might be a bit kind of not so friendly here.
Do the roll for me, please.
Yes.
With your undead senses, you can see the church plainly, normally. You see the shack plainly, normally. But with a slight, very, very faint aura coming from coming from beneath the ground near the shack.
Well, it seems like the church is quite safe this time, and there's something beneath that shack over there.
Underneath?
Yeah, somewhere.
That must be where the member of the Heliodromes must have set up their meeting. I imagine if we go trampsing in there, they would probably pick up and set up their rituals or altars in another underground location.
So are you suggesting we don't interrupt them so they don't move?
I'm not suggesting that, but it's something we can be mindful if we disturb them. Don't know if we ever followed up on the initial cult we investigated, but do we know if that site's ever been used again? Maybe they up and left as well.
We've never gone back. You've been with us for everything we've done.
Well, I know that, but I wasn't sure if maybe you guys went off on an adventure.
I'll look at the doctor. I know I've had dreams, and we don't have dreams, but can vampires just lose their fucking memory?
You just hear Amon pipe up and go, yes.
Oh,
No.
fuck, you're right.
Not unless there is a cause.
We're all fucked up.
I'll laugh a bit and I'll stride towards the church.
The church?
Not the shack with the glowing stuff.
No,
Xavier will
church.
Xavier just will stand there and be like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
You walk up to the church. Big wooden, old style, double doors. Locked, of course.
Knock, I dare you.
Yeah, doctor. Bok, bok, bok.
Yeah, let's all instigate each other to get ourselves fucking hurt. That's smart.
Well, perhaps this church
She
isn't
said it wasn't
possessed
true,
by the
Faith.
Holy Ghost.
I tried.
Yeah,
The doors were locked, right?
She said
so,
it wasn't true, Faith. It's fine.
yeah.
Do you have the key, Isaac?
Ah, yes. Isaac would take the key out of his jacket pocket and hand it to you. Here you go.
Oh, thanks. I'll try the key.
You don't even bother trying. You look at the key, you look at the double doors, and you realise that the double doors have a very modern lock on them, whereas the key is more of an older mortise-style lock.
Right key, wrong
Oh.
keyhole.
Oh, I'll kind of start walk around the church to see if there's any doors. It might also be the shack, the key for the shack. So
Oh, yes, it might be the key to the back door or the shack or something like that.
I start walk
That
around.
makes sense.
There's no other ways into the church.
Xavier goes up to the shack door and opens it.
The shack door is locked.
This church isn't up to fire code.
I was thinking the same thing.
Key.
Coming over. Here you go.
I use the key. Does the key work?
Yes. The door opens silently, and the smell of dust whips up into your senses. The smell of fresh blood becomes slightly stronger. The room has a thick layer of dust in every corner, but the floor has been cleaned. It seems empty apart from one alcove that has a small chain on the hook meant to dissuade the general public from using the staircase going down behind it.
Xavier backs up and holds an arm out and bows and says, "After you, sir."
That's awful polite. Thank you, Xavier.
I'll
I'll
get
go
fucking
in.
used to it.
Isaac would follow the doctor, and if he goes in first.
I'll be right behind Isaac.
Xavier just stands the fuck outside with his shotgun.
Cedra's gonna wait outside for a moment too, just to make sure. She's still a bit timid.
They
I'm
don't
just not
burst into
letting the two
flames
non-
or require a willpower check. They just merely stand in the stone, empty room that's been suspiciously cleaned with all the dust in the
Aw,
corners.
storyteller, you're no fun.
You step on a pressure plate, the whole shack goes up in flames. We won't care.
Oh,
Suddenly, the
would
entire
be
army of the Second Inquisition storm you on your position.
it would be so hilarious to be a ravenous right now.
One of the five
I tried to
left.
make a Ravnos, but Shiver wouldn't let me.
Oh, you're like that?
Understandable. They can be a pain.
And there's only there are literally only 5 or 6 of them left in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Good, I never liked them.
Hey, my character
So-
would have made sense as a gypsy.
I kind of
That's-
And that's why they are not in V5.
I'll kind of unhook the chain.
Okay. You see a stone, straight staircase that descends down.
I'll go down.
Descend down into a cold, dark room.
I'll sigh a little bit, like he's like getting way ahead of himself, and I'll follow him down.
As you walk down the stairs, you pass a light switch, flip it on, and an incandescent light bulb sparks to life. The sight before you hits you immediately, in your very core of your being. Pieces of organs and flesh, dried of blood, are thrown around the entire room. Massive scratch marks can be seen on a wall and the floor.
Oh. This seems familiar.
Why?
Not in that way. Sorry. Do you remember the last church we were at, where the ghouls kind of attacking?
I think yeah.
Yeah. Well, would you mind kind of be the front point, please?
Sure. And I deploy both my blades and kind of
Before
let
you do
him-
that, Armon, I would like to say, as storyteller, this is an investigation scene.
I'd still enter the room cautiously with swords out.
Very well.
Well, Amon, what if there's someone friendly in there? We don't necessarily know that this cult is evil.
I'm preparing
Doesn't
myself
hurt this.
to be attacked. I'm not preparing myself to attack.
Ah. Okay. I just know, for me, I wouldn't like someone coming at me with swords.
As long
But
as they don't
that's
come at me,
fair.
we'll be fine.
Right. Well, let's proceed.
And
Follow.
I'll enter
Seeing
the
them
room.
go downstairs makes me follow.
Xavier will follow.
The first thing I would kind of inspect is the claw marks, and if it's slightly familiar with what we have seen before, or if it's not.
They will be
Especially when it got to the earlier cases of Ripper.
they will be very well, they will be vaguely familiar to you in that regard. They are grouped together as 5.
So they're 5-finger claws. Potentially. Actually, to be honest, the claw marks would probably be the most interesting to Amon, and he'd probably start like looking them over quite a bit.
Wits, awareness, difficulty 2, please.
Because he is still convinced that the Ripper is a werewolf.
These claw marks are very familiar to you, Armon, having had something extremely similar upon your chest.
Called it. Yep.
Ooh, do you have scars? Can I see?
Show
No.
us your boobs. And Armon too, I guess.
I would just kind of be sitting there staring at these claws on the floor, are they? Or on the
Floor
walls?
and wall.
I probably would have squatted down looking at the ones on the floor. These are lupine claws.
Ooh, interesting.
Are there any dried organs in this room?
Yes.
I would like to examine those.
Wits. No. Intelligence, investigation, difficulty 2, please.
Sure, not wits.
Wits, awareness, difficulty 2, please.
Okay. I like that a lot better.
Okay. The beast.
And then maybe someday it'll roll. Really? No, I'm re-rolling that. I'm re-rolling that on principle.
Okay. Under some debris, you find a severed, slightly bloody hand, and in its palm is a card for Reprogenics UK with a symbol similar to the one you found on the piece of paper earlier. This, yeah.
The, shoot, what's it called? The Opossum?
Community
What
tribute?
is it? No, the anarch.
Ipsimius.
Tremere.
It's a weird word.
Yeah, whatever that word
Ipsimius,
is.
Epissimus, something like that. It's lots of
Epissimus.
S's.
That's what
But just a reminder, so you're not metagaming. Only Cedra has found that.
Right.
Procedure what? Sorry.
Only Cedra has
Oh,
found
I found the
this
card.
so far.
I'd show it to everyone else.
Okay,
Oh,
Dr.
okay.
Bowier
Sorry
would
about
immediately
that.
recognise it as the symbol of the Anarch Tremere.
I said, oh, this is familiar. It's the pessimist. I do not like them. I was gonna start. I'll try to go down the hall a bit and try to find.
Just a reminder, in case you missed it, that is a slightly bloody hand.
Ooh,
I wave with the hand.
Give me 15,
Cute.
Doc!
I kind of just like a bloodhound kind of again. Ooh, look at that.
You're gonna
Wanna
do your
lick
thing.
it?
Do you mind me having? Oh,
Have a lick.
I kind of hold it by the middle finger again. Popsicle.
I'm imagining, you know how when you're eating like dust-covered chips and you like lick all your fingers or whatever? I'm imagining that, but he's doing it to a hand that isn't his own.
Resolve Blood
Oh,
Sorcery,
boy.
difficulty 3, please. Wonderful.
Oh God, he's gonna eat the hand.
In your
I'm gonna
greed,
keep that.
in your greed, you take all of the blood, what little there was of it on the hand. From there, you can realise that this is a generation 12 to 14 kindred blood, with blood potency very similar to your own, if not exactly the same as your own.
Oh, delicious.
Oh, and you might as well slake one hunger if applicable.
Oh, cool.
Amon's just sitting there shaking his head like, oh my god.
That was a handy find.
Thank you, Sidra. I owe you one.
Sometimes the blood of the recently dead can still be quite fulfilling. Isaac would. I mean, it smells like blood, right? Isaac would try to use his nose and see if he can find another scent, another location that smells strongly of blood, to see if maybe there was something going on, some sort of sacrifice or something.
Probably like fresh blood compared to all the dried stuff that's around.
Wits and awareness,
Yeah,
difficulty
something
3,
like-
please.
Okay. And where? Just a moment.
Amon's conspiracy theory wheels are turning in his head right now.
Oh, but that's fine. That's a success.
Yep.
Are
Nice.
you mad that I didn't give you the hand?
No, I'm more worried about the werewolf claws.
Okay. Your search reveals a loose brick on the wall. It falls off as you investigate, revealing a letter.
Well, I am.
It has a small, fresh blood stain on the letter. No, on the brick, sorry. Very small amount of blood.
I'll take the brick over to the doctor and Cedra. I'd point where I got it. I'm like, I believe there was a lamb in the wall, and here's a brick with some blood on it.
Since the doctor got to try the last one, I just kind of stick my finger in the blood and taste it.
Okay. This will be the one and only try that you can do on this. Just so you know.
And
So no pressure,
Okay.
but if you fuck it up, it's gone.
No pressure though.
I pull out the finger from the mouth gun after I get them sucky. Oh, please, by all means, I'm fine.
Yeah, you got the good one.
That
Resolve,
smile though.
Blood sorcery, difficulty 3.
I can re-roll that, right?
Absolutely, you can reroll up to 3 dice. That works.
Works.
Okay. This reveals to you blood that is entirely foreign in every way to you. It is extremely potent. It isn't exactly kindred blood, but it is. But it's not.
Guys, this is weird. It's kind of like kindred. I don't know what it is. Would I know what werewolf blood is?
I don't think. Well, you haven't ever tasted werewolf blood in game.
Oh, this was kindred.
Dr. Berry's yours was kindred.
Yeah.
Cedar's.
I was just, yeah.
He's comparing notes.
Oh, sorry.
This was kindred, typical, just like us.
If this was kindred, it's not a typical kindred.
Oh, didn't I taste one of the scenes once? There was this slight weird blood. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it was.
In that tomb. Or whatever. Not the tomb, but
No, it was at the Rippy scene. It was the first
Oh,
one
okay.
we investigated.
I wasn't there,
It was
so I don't
powerful.
remember.
It was really powerful, and was not typical vampire. Interesting indeed.
Is there something behind the brick? That's to Noskavian. Or to Isaac. I'm sorry. To Isaac. Is there something behind the brick?
Isaac would go back and he'd look behind the brick, a bit closer, see if he can see anything behind the brick.
You find a letter.
A letter. Ah,
Wasn't
yes,
the
there
blood
was a
on the
letter. I was distracted by the brick.
Or
Sorry.
no, it was on the brick. Never mind.
Isaac would take the letter out from the wall and bring it back over to the coterie. And I guess go ahead.
Xavier, you're down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would recognize the letter as an invite from the Baron.
I know what that is.
Ah, what is it?
It's an invite from the Baron.
Why would the Baron put an invite in the wall?
I doubt it's the Baron that put it in there.
I mean, even if it was, why are you questioning what an Anarch does? It makes no fucking sense anyways.
Ooh, do you want to open the letter?
the-
Maybe it'll make sense to you.
I mean, I can open it. I'd probably recognize his handwriting if it was him.
Very well. Isaac would hand Xavier the letter.
If this kills me, I will
Okay.
haunt you all for the rest of your life.
Wouldn't bother Isaac.
The blood I tasted was probably not an Anarch.
Xavier will open the letter.
You just recognize the letter as basic. It's the same generic written invite that you yourself got to join the Anarchs of Oxford.
Yeah, this is something that Amon would have gotten, was he not who he is. I got one of these very things.
Yeah, mine was more word of mouth than fancy letter.
You were attached to me. But this is our formal way of getting invited. Why it's here? Who knows?
It's surprising how formal this is in Anarch customs. Oh, interesting.
Why?
I thought you
Anarchs
were
aren't usually formal.
more informal. Yes, that would be my words. Yes.
So, question, Doctor. You know who the Keeper of Elysium was way before now, right?
Did I?
Yeah, somebody they talked about
he-
Francis North being kept.
He is still technically the current keeper of Elysium.
Yeah, he's just
There's
Francis.
a story there.
No.
he's
Francis
just being held
North,
captive.
Anarch propaganda.
right. Yes.
An anarch,
Yeah. Oh.
and you're surprised by our customs.
Well.
Not conforming to your all's rules and laws doesn't mean we don't have customs.
A valid point. We'll
I
take it.
understand that.
So I'll kind of look a bit further down the place. Is there something we missed? I kind of ask into there, and I'll start.
I have a. Has anyone cast anything apart from Taste of Blood?
No.
Not yet.
Okay.
Well, we are kind of been researching into different places and writings and words and stuff like that. But I still kind of am a bit aware of if we are looking for a Tremere Carno, it might be some rituals that have been cast. So I try to see if there's something unseen here.
Okay, make the roll for me, please. Wits or specs. Lovely. You find a message hidden on the wall. You can only see it with your keen sense of sensing the unseen. The message reads, "The kin are the men that will not be blamed for nothing."
I'll read that out loud.
Sorry, the kine. I misspoke.
Okay.
The kine are the men that will not be blamed for nothing.
It's very ominous and cult-like.
That's a double negative, right?
Yeah.
The kind are men that will not be blamed for nothing.
The
Mhm.
kind
Sure.
are the yeah.
Their fault?
Possible.
Oh,
And there's no Isaac would look around. He doesn't see any kind of ritual paraphernalia or anything like that, right?
Wits, investigation difficulty 3, please.
Alright.
When he replies like that, it's always that, ooh, maybe.
Now I'm just going to ask you to start rolling randomly to fuck with you.
We'll be driving and she will be like, just go ahead and roll for me.
God,
Mm-hmm.
That's a success, so that's fine.
Yes, it is.
You find you're not sure if it's part of a nail, as in a human nail, or part of a claw, but that's what you find.
Oh. So, like, how large of a piece? Like, small or?
Oh, small, not large enough to go, oh, well, that's off a finger and that's off a claw. Just this, you know,
Gotcha.
you recognise a nail, having got your own nails, of course, but it's also of a
Yeah.
particularly curved shape, so it could be a claw, it could be a misshapen nail.
Isaac would pick it up and hold it and be like, oh, look at this. And he'd take it over to the doctor. This looks like well, either someone never trimmed their nails or perhaps it's some sort of nail or claw. I don't know if it's human or kindred or kind or something else.
I'm not comfortable being down here anymore.
Why?
Well, I mean, they found bits of kindred spewing everywhere. And those are lupine claw marks. And as far as I remember, the stairs just led down to this room. There was no other... yeah. This doesn't feel right.
it's enough to make you uncomfortable.
Come on, you bring up a good point. We just found a chipped nail. Perhaps that came from whatever scratched the walls. You think?
More than likely.
Isaac would take out his notebook and start like jotting down some notes.
this is quite important. Excellent. There are...
You all need a more healthy fear of werewolves.
Yeah, I'm not really. Well, I can understand Amon's situation. Can't really develop a healthy fear of werewolves when one tried to kill you.
I feel like my fear
Okay, yeah,
is
that's
pretty
slightly
healthy.
unhealthy, but it's pretty valid, yeah.
Oh, I have no intention of ever being face to face to a lupine. I mean, at least if I had my way. But if I could investigate one at a distance, I'd take
Well,
notes.
Isaac, the reason why I'm uneasy is we're in a dead end with proof that there was a lupine here pretty recently and probably more than once.
Oh, you got killed by a werewolf. Tell me, how does that feel?
Well, they
Well,
are
we
kind of... I'll go down. Is there a further down, I know, a door down there, or is it
Nope.
kind of dead end?
Dead. Yep, it's a dead end.
Well, we only found a hand. Perhaps he got away. And it didn't look like the door was destroyed, so the lupine might have a key. Or was invited in. I don't know which.
You think lupines use keys?
They do have a
Well,
human form.
Yes, I guess lupines are sort of like us. We're humanoid with beasts on the inside, and they're humans.
So is this like a
with their
lupine
beast
lair?
show on the outside?
Maybe he didn't
Like dragons
get
have
in
lair?
because he lacked his key. And
Why would a lupine get an invite from the Baron? Or have one?
That's a good
Not
question.
necessarily get one.
My guess would be, would you not want a lupine on your side?
But lupine hate vampires.
But we saw one at the ball.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
confused
I
of
feel
where
like that
you're-
was a...
well,
Well, I feel
We
like
live in
that's
a-
a very unique situation.
Amon, we live in a society where what can you do for me is very important.
I don't think lupine follow those rules, though.
the one in the ball.
Oh, do they not? We literally saw one.
I know, the one that attacked me for no reason.
Okay, but
Or, and he does air quotes, no reason.
its master was a vampire.
Yeah,
The,
master. She had it on a leash.
The werewolf's name is Mercy. So it's not.
I'd also
that
like to remind
dangerous.
you, Amon, the Gangrel aren't part of the Camarilla.
I know.
Perhaps the
Well, I
kindred
know
was
now.
trying. Perhaps the kindred was trying to hide the letter when he was attacked, or prior to being attacked.
Would that be a reason for being attacked?
Maybe if this particular lupine wanted to know where a gathering of kindred was, and the individual who held the letter did not want to share that information with the lupine.
The letter to the Baron, it was just a generic one, right? It wasn't specifically addressed to anybody?
Correct.
Okay.
It was a form letter. Apparently the Anarchs do form letters.
Well, we either got an Anarch working with Lupine, or we've got... Or no, I'm
do
sorry.
that.
We've either got Lupine that are trying to become part of the Anarchs, or Anarchs that are controlling Lupine and sending them after people.
Well,
I mean, the latter has been confirmed already.
Well, that's one Lupine. We don't know how many there are.
Something tells me if more Gangrel caught wind that one of them has a lupine, that more are trying it.
You actually sat down and talked to this thing, right, Doctor?
as I've been trying to say for a couple of minutes now, I've been talking with this werewolf a bit, and he is not familiar with Oxford at all, so he's not into a gang of werewolves in this area at all. He's from the States or whatever this is. So
Chris-
and it's called Mercy. Mercy, sorry. He is not the Ripper.
Maybe not him specifically, sure. Amon is clearly, like, very against werewolves. He doesn't care what you guys are saying. Question
it's-
for
it's-
Storyteller, though. What's her face? The gangrel that had Mercy.
Lamia.
She told us that She told us the area that Lupine are known for being in, right?
Yes.
It was a
I
park.
believe. Yeah, it was like a park area. How close is that to where we are right now?
Other side of the city. You
Okay.
would be
Just
northwest.
just thought I'd check. Please continue, Doctor.
Actually, Mercer is quite nice. I enjoy talking with him. It's quite interesting.
I really
It
wish
seems
vampires
like-
could have scars, because I would just pull my shirt up and be like, tell that to this.
Amon, may I say, your hatred for Lupin rings about as hollow
Totally
as my
valid.
hatred for vampires. We get it. You've got an issue. But not all of them are probably bad. I mean, these are Lupin. They're probably all bad, but you get my point.
Right, but my question is it was under her supervision when it attacked me, and yet she just lets it out. It's a lupine that's under the supervision of a kindred that is
And?
being allowed to go out on its own and attack kindred whenever it feels like it.
So, like the Scourge outside of Oxford, just attacking kindred
I
when it feels like
don't
it.
think that's the same, because the Scourge is at least known, like it. People know are out and about killing things. No one knows this lupine is out and about killing things.
Did you know that the Scourge was out that night? Because I sure as fuck didn't. And I look at Cedra and the Doctor. Did you
I'm
all
not saying
know?
when.
Cedra and the doctor
That
most
was
certainly
uncalled
would.
for.
Have known he was out?
Yes.
He's always
night?
out.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean it was called for.
No, that's not my point. But my point is, okay, we didn't know. The Camarilla knew. Okay, so if a Lupine's out that the Gangrel control, the Gangrel probably knew, but we didn't. I hear what you're saying. But you need to have a little bit more of an open mind other than this one guy attacked me, and so I'm shutting everything else down.
This
Shutting
The
anything
fear
down.
of lupines is healthy.
I'm not shutting anything down. I'm just saying that something is clearly very fishy here.
Yes.
And there is a werewolf involved.
Okay. That's okay.
Okay.
I would agree. A fear of lupines is healthy, and although I'm very inexperienced in the matter, the scene we saw at the ball is something I've never seen before. I've never seen a werewolf openly communicating with vampires or any such thing. It still baffles me. Usually, understanding is werewolves just want to destroy kindred.
It baffles me how easy it was for Mercy to rip that vampire's head off.
Amon is just viciously like hand signaling towards Isaac and the doctor as they're saying these things, like, see what I mean?
Well, I would say that these werewolves are not. They are surprisingly interesting, and I don't think that we should think of them all of them as dangerous murder machines. Oh, they might be.
I don't know. I'm kind of good with assuming they're a dangerous murder machine until we're told otherwise.
Yeah, it could
I'm
be
not
quite healthy to think like that. But anyway, if you are interested, there might be something that we could do to help out this particular being. And if he's grateful for us, he might help us. I'm just laying it out on the table. And if you are volunteering to take a step beyond your fears, let me know.
Doctor, have that severed hand. Can you use that to track down its owner?
Not anymore. Well, at
Oh.
least I can't. But
Do you think the
this
hand was a very
nail-
important possession of that person?
But this nail.
I mean, my hands are pretty important to me.
Perhaps, but if the owner of the hand is still amongst the living,
Can't you check that out, Isaac?
I could cast the binding fetter to see if I notice that the hand is important to a spirit.
As soon as Isaac goes, but if the person that the hand belongs to is still living, and I'm just gonna curiously look around at all the blood and guts on the floor.
Do the roll for me, please, Isaac.
Okay.
While we're waiting for that roll, Doctor, what were you saying about the nail?
This might help finding, if it's a werewolf, we could find him.
Is a nail important to a werewolf?
I would guess so. It's a body part, isn't it?
I mean, I've got a broken nail.
Do you need to find it?
Not really, no.
Then I can't help.
Isaac will hear an
the
almighty
doctor.
scream from the ether.
From the hand?
From the ether, yeah.
Oh, from the ether. Okay. Well, I do believe the owner of this hand has made it Shadowlands. I think that is safe to say.
So
Still looking around at all the blood and guts on the
Yay?
floor. Huh.
the
Who
hand,
would have
the
thought?
hand was important.
There's no blood.
Yeah, it's just
Well,
guts,
I
no
thought-
blood.
Fair. Okay. The giblets on the floor.
Okay.
Would it be like giblet jerky at this point?
Oh, we could open up a market in the kindred jerky business.
I don't know. Things drained to blood isn't necessarily a very appetizing treat to kindred.
If you wish me to do more, I would have to set up a ritual. I don't know if we have time for any of that.
Yeah, if we're gonna do anything, I'd rather us not do it down here.
I would agree. And Isaac would look over at the claw marks.
Yeah, we have a place to go.
Yeah, we have that
That's-
collar yet.
The cold.
Have we? Yeah. Has this told us anything about what we originally were looking for?
Was
Other
the
than the
hand
fact that-
French?
Was the
Other than the fact that Lupine are going to these parties with Kindred?
The scream did not have a French accent.
Thank you. Come
I didn't even
on,
think
we're
about
not.
that.
Wee!
Come on, when I heard the terrifying wail of the damned, it did not sound French. If that helps.
Thanks, Isaac.
Welcome.
It does help. The slightest bit.
So it didn't go mad.
Precisely. It was more like a inaudible wail. No real language was used.
There isn't much
Well-
time left in the night, but you've probably got enough time to do something else. One more thing. What would you like to do?
Like
we're gonna do-
turn a collar to its owner?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if we're gonna do anything, let's do it. And I GTF out of that room.
I follow him on.
Well,
Coterie,
Isaac
Leave
would
the church
bring a
grounds.
hand with him.
hand in hand, get in the car.
I put the chain link on again, and I lock the door.
Excellent.
Ah, nice. Didn't even think about that.
They all get in the car with Armand driving.
You know, something occurs to me. At this blood orgy, we found a key to that cult site, and in the cult at the cult site we found signs of a werewolf attack, and at the orgy we also found a collar. You think it's a normal thing for werewolves to wear collars?
No, it's not.
Well,
It's
the
a
only
normal
one that
thing for this type of human to wear a collar, though.
Wow, wouldn't it be shocking if Claret had a pet lupine?
It would, considering she's a Tremere. Well, maybe not.
She did say that she was missing a common clan member.
Yeah,
So
did she
it's-
ever say? Did she ever say that Monique was kindred?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So where are you heading?
Could be nothing. It was... Sorry, go ahead.
Sounds to me like some fucked up kink.
The
You're not
address
wrong.
that was printed in the collar.
The Coterie, pull up in Old Road. Car doesn't find any parking spaces, so has to plant itself just on the side of the pavement or sidewalk. You will get out and walk up to the Meadowland house. All the lights are off along the entire street.
I actually
Well-
stay in the driver's seat of the car as everybody else gets out, and I leave the car running.
No parking spot, and you've been towed before.
It's true, too.
Well, do we just go up and say, "Hey, found your collar"?
Let's
I
not assume
think-
they'll answer.
I think knocking would be a good start. I don't think we want to break in to deliver the collar.
No, I wasn't suggesting breaking in.
Was there a name inside the collar too, or
I believe
Maria.
it was Pepin.
Maria Lapine.
Pepin. Pepin. Lapine. Lapine.
That sounds
Yes,
French.
Maria Lapin. It's almost
Right?
like
It does
lupine.
sound French.
Interesting.
Right?
Maria Lupine. Well, who would like to knock?
And this is why Amon stayed in the car.
Last time I knocked, it didn't turn out well.
Well,
Oh,
I,
also
God,
why
you are
Amon stayed in the
ridiculous.
car.
Do we have to debate this every time? Xavier will
I've
walk
got
up and...
it.
Just
Oh.
knocked it in. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Is Xavier or Isaac knocking? I don't really care.
There is no response.
Isaac will take the collar, and he'll stroll on up, and he'll knock on the door.
There is no response. Light doesn't even turn on.
I look in the window.
You just see, ordinary suburban house. Nothing seems out of place. It seems very clean, tidy.
I'll double check the address. Should we, if this is the right address, should we just leave it here or put it in the mailbox? No.
Speaking about the mailbox, which name does it says? Or do you have names on the mailboxes in the UK?
We don't even have
Alright.
mailboxes.
Whoa.
Oh, it's just a slot in the door, isn't it?
Yeah. We have to go to the post office or find a post box to post things.
Interesting.
Who mails things anymore?
Drug dealers.
Well, should we just hold on to the collar until we find the owner, or I'd like to return it if possible.
Try the door, see if it's open.
I guess Isaac will turn the knob to see if it's locked or unlocked.
It is locked.
What's that? It is what?
It is locked.
It is locked.
Locked tighter than a nun's chastity belt.
Is there a mail slot in the door?
Yes.
Don't stick it through the mail slot.
Oh, why
Can
not?
I just say we call it a letterbox? Because every time you say mail slot, I do not think of what you're thinking.
Don't stick it through the mail slot.
The letterbox.
I'm not sure if I should put that one in the bank or not.
To the person. Because we want to talk to the person that it belongs to.
Oh, I see. Then Isaac would take out. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. Pardon.
Isaac would take out his notepad and flip to a clean page and pull out his pen. Oh, what should we write them? Dear ma'am, we found your collar and would like to return it to you. And we can tell her where to meet us at our pub, right? No.
Our pub's about to become really popular.
If no one stops him, Isaac would begin writing.
I got a really good idea,
would be
guys.
A really bad idea.
Let's host a fucking party at our bar.
Might as well at this point.
Yeah, good idea.
All really important people that might be attached to all the crazy shit in the city, please come. We'll hang up flyers everywhere. It'll be fabulous.
Well,
have fresh blood cocktails.
Actually, in gold letters at the bottom, Princess X Blood Doll. Yeah.
If it's a bad idea, I won't write the letter, but how are we going to get in contact with this person if they don't answer the door?
Well,
is there a back door?
Maybe
Not
they're
that would be
dead.
accessible if there is. It's a row.
Well, if they're dead, we should break in to make sure of their welfare.
Xavier looks around to see if there's any cameras.
No cameras.
Xavier walks up and kicks the door in.
All right, hang on. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute because you've gone so far somewhere I didn't expect you to do. I now have to upload the scene, so talk amongst yourselves for a minute.
I thought we were going right on schedule.
Oh, interesting.
It just cuts back to Amon sitting in the car and he's like blasting heavy metal music and he's just sitting there like drumming on the steering wheel.
If only Amon knew the Coterie was getting ready to kick in Miss Lupin's door.
Yeah, what's funny is if Amon was there, he could have picked the lock. He wouldn't have had to brute force it.
No cameras. He doesn't
We
care.
need.
I know. I'm just saying.
And it's the middle of the night, so we're gonna be like, we kicked in your door because we don't think you're safe.
To answer Fastcart's
That's the
question,
excuse Cedra's going with.
no Fastcart, he said heavy metal.
I almost retroactively said, yeah, it probably was, but you've got a point.
He didn't say pop music.
I know, I just forgot that I said heavy metal, and I was going to agree with Fastcart.
Oh boy.
Only because of the fact that Xavier called me baby metal that one time as a nickname. And it would have been like a funny meta joke.
True though, it happened.
It did. I remember that.
Okay. Mariah's house. What are you doing? You're kicking in the door. You're kicking in the door?
Apparently.
Xavier's kicking in the
That's-
door.
That's normally what I do.
I feel I should warn you as the storyteller here, that will make a loud noise.
Yeah, there's no cameras, right?
No, but it's a row of houses. It's not a deserted street.
This is
Sorry, I didn't have a picture to
US,
give me
it's
reference.
UK.
I know, I wasn't expecting you to go here, but now you do.
We could try knocking again or not breaking in.
Xavier is strong enough. He'll just, instead of kicking in the door, he'll break the lock with force on the door. Break the frame. Just push hard enough.
Okay.
It's less loud. I've done it at work.
Yeah, I will not question that whatsoever. Strength and brawl, please. Difficulty 2.
I'm re-rolling that. Three.
You shove with all your might on the door, breaking the latch, and the door opens up before you.
Ta-da!
Let's go in.
You have successfully committed break and entry.
For the umpteenth time.
Oh no!
I was in the car, I'm not an accomplice.
Okay. You are.
Goofy guy.
You enter into the very well-kept house. Nothing particularly, it strikes you as just this ordinary suburban household. Nothing particularly stands out to you. Which I suppose, in a way, in of itself, is suspicious, because she was clearly at this orgy, and this house is seemingly normal. Which, that's fucking weird.
How many bedrooms does it have?
2. It would be called a 2-bedroom house if it was on the market. Whether or not she's using both rooms as a bedroom or what. But,
While we walk in, though, are we stepping on letters or something?
No.
Is there somewhere close that we can see letters kind of been stacked?
No.
Or
I see what you're saying, but no. I get you, though. I get you, Boo. I get you. No. The house doesn't appear to be in any dishevelment. It's like someone's living there, but they're just out. And you
Boring.
broke in.
Isaac would be standing outside the door, still holding the collar. I still don't think we should break in. We're trying to return a lost article.
We're trying a little bit more than that.
I
go
think
to the bedroom
little
that I
less
think
naive.
might be the master bedroom and just kind of open the door and peek in.
You open the door. Well, you go up the stairs, onto the landing. Open the door that's at one end of it. You see king-size bed, made. Closet, drawers. You know.
Unoccupied?
Yeah. But again, there's no signs of any distress or lack of maintenance.
It's looking too much like a model home. I go to the other bedroom. Yet again, peek in.
It's made up as a guest room. Single bed, lampshade. Nothing again particularly stands out.
Be a more boring house.
Is there a basement here?
Yes.
I'll think I'll go down.
You find a door at the end of the hallway. It's no steps or anything, just this propped up ladder at the end. You go down into an old stone cellar. I wasn't prepared for you to find this yet, so I've got to think on my feet right now. Single room, olden stone walls, altar at one end of the back, various devil worshipping related paraphernalia upon the table.
Oh, interesting. Oh, after kind of, I was first try to find if there's if I've been through all the rooms before I kind of start investigating
I
the
mean,
items.
I'll tell you now. They'll all have the same sort of thing. You know, there's a kitchen, dining room, lounge.
Yeah.
It's lived in. It's not untidy. It doesn't show any signs of dilapidation, dishevelment. It's well maintained. The one place that would interest you is this cellar.
So
I barely know her.
Avery.
well, I am kind of investigating the stuff that's laying around, the books, and try to find any clues further.
Intelligence investigation difficulty 3, please.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay, fine. You look through all
Should be
the
enough.
various devil worshipping related paraphernalia. Your experience will tell you that this is all fluff, something that the kine make themselves to make themselves feel like they're actually worshipping some evil side of the coin, and you know from your experience that it is all complete bullshittery, absolute quackery. However, upon your investigations, you do find a necklace with the Tremere symbol upon it.
Ooh.
The Camarilla Tremere? Or the whatever it's called.
It would just be a Tremere symbol. It could go either way.
Interesting.
After a few minutes, if no one's come out of the house, Isaac would go in looking for them. If he didn't see anyone on the first floor, he'd listen. Maybe if he heard people on the second floor, he'd go up there.
Okay. Anything you'd like to do?
He'd start saying, "Have we found somebody? Is anyone home?" And he'd start just kind of wandering around looking for either Xavier, Cedra, or the doctor.
So who is in the house? Cedra, Xavier,
I'm in the
Isaac, and Dr.
s-
Bowier.
I think we all are at this point. Well, other than Iman.
You will all hear, in the distance, the sound of familiar police sirens.
Well, let's get out. Run!
Well, yeah, without even finding anyone, if he doesn't, and he hears the sirens, he'll go back into the car.
Cedra calmly walks out into the car like there's nothing wrong.
You guys get in the car and Amon panics and turns the volume down on the stereo. Oh, what? What's going on?
The police are coming.
Oh, fabulous. And I will make my way away from the house with
Wits.
the car.
Wits, drive, difficulty 2, please.
Okay, that's an interesting combo.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Thank you, Isaac.
it made sense. It's just a weird combo. Kind of like the strength and intelligence or the investigation roll.
Armon, using all of his wits and his driving skill, successfully navigates the car with the coterie away from the house, the opposite way to the police sirens, makes his way on a more complicated route than normal, indirectly making their way as far away as they can while still remaining camouflaged and subtle, away from the scene of the crime.
I'm glad you got the muffler fixed.
At this point, it's probably going to be dawn very soon.
I'll notify
Gotta
about
go.
the find I brought along the collar, by the way.
You took the necklace or the collar?
Yeah.
You took the necklace.
Necklace, sorry. Pardon.
Yeah, we should still have the collar.
Yeah, Isaac should have it.
Yeah, Isaac has the.
Anything you wish to discuss before you all make your way to your appropriate haven?
Did
Evening sleep.
had the doctor told us what he found yet, or not quite yet?
Yes.
Yeah, you
I
did. Okay.
tell you. Kind of just after we kind of know that the police are not after us anymore.
Yeah, you've gone from a 3-star police rating down to 0 stars.
I get that.
Well, I was going to complain about it being a waste of time, but it sounds like the doctor found something most interesting. I suppose the owner of the collar is possibly kindred, possibly Tremere, or at least has an interest in the Tremere. And I imagine the police would be interested in the basement. I suppose it's not a total loss.
I'm used to these hippy-tippy wannabe Satanist types, but they usually don't have Tremere symbology on their altars.
Agreed. If anyone could do some blood magic, it would most likely be a Tremere. Doctor, are there usually Tremere rituals that you know of that summon demons, or is that not something we need to worry about?
That's a secret. And a smile.
That's a
You
yes.
know, the next time we try and go into a house, just come get me from the car if I don't come out, because I can get in silently. It wouldn't
Well,
be my
why didn't
first
you
time.
come?
I'm not.
Because I knew for some, I had a feeling we were gonna have to get in the car and go. So I stayed in the car.
So next time you want me to ask, should you stay because of your feeling, or do you want to break into a house? Because I'm not coming back to the car because you're being a little bitch.
Do you want to break into a house?
When we get out, if you decide to stay, that's fine.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we got in pretty silently. I didn't hear any alarms.
The sirens might not have been related. But better safe than sorry.
Not at all, but if it was a neighbor that called, they were probably looking out anyways or awake, and if they saw, I don't know, Amon down there picking a lock, and 6 people walk in, 5-6 people walk into a building, they're probably going to call the police anyways.
Well, the important thing is we all made it out safely.
And at this point, we'll call it in.
We made it.
We're alive! Or not.
Dun, dun, dun.
You really
We
listening
all
to Baby
unlived
Metal,
through the night.
Nitro?
You didn't get
Sorry,
arrested
what?
either.
You're really listening to Baby Metal?
Oh yeah, as soon as I muted my mic, I went to Spotify and looked them up and just started blaring them in my headphones.
Can I heal some superficial damage?
Yes, certainly.
May I
Do
as
a
well?
rouse check for me, please. Lovely.
And that would give me 2, right?
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Amon, you may heal 1.
That's all I needed.
Oh, I still need healing me 2 more.
I have Isaac Lord. Heal 2.
I had one superficial from that thing attacking me out of nowhere last game.
Oh, I was hurting last game.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any humanity stains they wish to show remorse for? Okay.
Screw remorse.
Can I make a remorse roll to fix my marriage?
No, if only it was that easy.
Damn. Right.
We need to stop by that one pawn shop we went to and buy a ring.
You
It
could
may be
probably
a
do
cursed
a-
ring, but it's a ring.
Well, Dr. Bowier never
Maybe
paid
you
off
could
his
do a-
debt to that guy, so...
Oh yeah,
Not
man, we
yet.
shouldn't go back yet.
And I said it was going to take some time, so we're good.
Maybe Amon could do a remorse roll to see how his failing marriage is affecting him.
Oh, don't give the storyteller ideas.
Oh, that's too much.
Well then, that's this week's session. Next week we're on a slightly different day. We're going to be the day after.
Same time.
Same
Different
bat
day.
time. Same bat channel.
Have fun, I won't be here.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess I have to be double angsty next week.
And while I remember, social stuff down below, there's a fresh new Discord.
Social stuff down below.
Yeah, there's a twatter, a dick sword, all that, all down below.
He's not wrong.
Thank you all for coming. Everyone say goodnight.
Bye.
Have a good
Yeah.
night.
Good
Hey, girl,
night.
say goodnight.